At the beginning, maybe the word of IT infrastructure may not make any sense to you, and that's okay. You may have heard the word of infrastructure before in reference to things like city buses, roads, bridges, and other structures that make cities more connected. Want to find any city buses and IT infrastructure, but it's a similar idea. Simply put, IT infrastructure is a combination of hardware, software, networks, and all other kinds of information technology components work together to monitor, control, and support your IT services. So what was there before computers? Well, throughout most of the 1900s, the full extent of the most business in IT was based in an accounting or tabulating machines. These machines was typically quite large, some of the size of an upright piano, and have very limited function. They were a combination of a calculator and a printer, and mostly completed tasks. In 1930s was the first time the term supercomputing was used. The tabulating machines had a long lifespan, but as technology improved it was overshadowed by a new player in business, the mainframe. Mainframes were really big, very powerful, and had more functions than just payroll and billing. It could also process huge bills of data that would have previously been impossible to do or painstaking to do by hand. Well, mainframes aren't so relevant for computing anymore. The famous mainframe, IBM. So, the mainframes were great. They weren't really useful for everyday use due to their size and the price. However, in the early 80s, IT infrastructure evolved again with the reduction of personal computer. One of the biggest difference between the PC and the its predecessors, people could be working off the same mainframe all at once. As the personal computers become smaller and more affordable in more and more homes and businesses. By 2002, personal computers have become a stable piece of equipment in almost all workplaces. IT infrastructure technology really boomed after this point. The introduction of network and servers helps you increase the productivity and the efficiency of how computers could operate in the workplaces. In the early 80s, the client server was developed. This is used with major computer functions, such as email accessing the World Wide Web and the wirelessly printing of documents. The client-server model operates so that multiple individual PCs can connect it to a central servers. Servers hold the multiple functions, services, and resources that the PCs can tap into at any point and utilize. Enterprise computing was developed in 1992 and has become critical for businesses' IT infrastructure. Enterprise assisted with the streamlining process by selling an inter-platform to a company that can be accessed by all members of the business analytics reports and database are able to access from anyone connected to the system. In 2004, the most recent addition to IT infrastructure is cloud computing. This was introduced in the early noughties or 2000s with the rise of laptops and other portable devices. This technology has only grown more important because it is the only one that doesn't require personal computer. Cloud computing uses a network of remote servers that are hosted on the internet to process, store, and manage data. All cloud computers have their information storage on the internet for people to access immediately and remotely programs you may be familiar with, such as Dropbox and iCloud. So, what's next of IT infrastructure as technology grows?